Hit them with the You see that? Option. Welcome, ladies. I know. Where are my brows at? Waiting for you, boo. Okay, so I was heading out and I waited to do my eyebrows because I had some friends that wanted to know how to do their eyebrows. Like, they don't really wear makeup, but they want to fleek out their eyebrows. So I'm just gonna go through a couple of the things that I use, like a couple of the processes that I have. You can do it with a pen. I'm gonna use this pen. I'll do one eyebrow with this pen, and then we also have the brush. This is an angled brush, and I'll be using cream with that. And I'll also be using some powder too. I have this contour palette that I got from Marshalls. It was only like $5 or $6, but it has all this stuff in it, and it has a brown. The brown that I'm gonna use is this one. Okay, so to begin with, for starters, I'm gonna be using the cream eyeliner, or I'm sorry, this is like, yeah, it says cream eyeliner. This is the cream eyeliner from e.l.f. I think the color is Cocoa. It doesn't say, and I don't have the box, but I'm pretty sure. It's like brown. It's like the only brown they have. Like, come on. Okay, so I've washed my brush. You always want to do it with a clean brush because it's like 1,000 times easier. All I do was get like some soap, put it on the tip of my hand, and then rub my brush in there until all the color came out. Like, it's still a little moist, which isn't bad. And I like when it's a little bit moist because it helps the color go on, or the cream go on, easier. So I'm just gonna get some out of here, like dip the tip in like that. I got some on there, and I use the top to just like straighten out the tip of this and get the excess out. So I just wipe it on there like that on both sides, and then go through the middle just to widen that a little bit. Like, there's a real science to this, baby girl. Okay, so where I start is like right here in the brow, or like right where my arch begins, a little bit above that, and then just go down to the tail. That's where I start. That's like, it sets the tone for it. It's totally optional, like, for real. It's this CoverGirl Medium Deep True Blend Fix Stick that I use just to highlight my brow. It makes it a little bit easier to fill it in, and it gives it that, like, I just got them done look. So I just go under, and remember, this is optional, but it's like a great option, I'm just telling you. So I do it like that. So you just blend it out with your finger like that, and it kind of just like highlights your brow bone. So that's an option. I love this one. I use this for my contour too. I just like that it's a stick. It's easier to apply. Bombness.comness. I have my arch there, and now I'm just gonna fill in the rest. And I don't like to come to this part just yet. All I will do here is just outline it and just connect it to that line that I started. So boom, we got the bottom outline now. And what I do in the beginning is, I still haven't refilled my brush, you know. I'm still going, and I just brush upwards, not all the way up, just upwards. And take it here, brush it through. I know some people, like, they'll outline the top first and then fill it in. Like, if that works for you, you could do it, but this is how I do it. I'm not outlining the top until I like fill in the rest. So I just like to see how it looks on my face. Like, is this the brow for me, or do I need to make it bigger because I'm kind of bloated? You know, you gotta change it up sometimes. I'm not here to judge. So boom, so we have that. And I do want to go over it, over the top. It's pretty thick. I like it kind of thick. So I just go over right where the hair begins. Straight like that. It can get kind of meticulous, like, it really can, but it's really up to you and how like full you want it to look and all that. So here's one brow done, and I just used the cream on this one. One more option that you have like, you know, let's say you don't have a tail. Like, I barely have hairs here, so I kind of just want to darken it sometimes just to make it so you don't see like it's just brown and bald there. So what I do is I got my brush. I'm just gonna wet it a little bit, take the excess water out, whatever, and then I'm just gonna dip it into my black eyeshadow the same way that I dipped it into the cream. Sorry, like my makeup thing is like really big, so I can't even bring it over here. So it's just a little black on the tip, and I just go over the tail. And just fill it in. Now, I don't just want to have black at the end, even though it kind of like, you know, gradients into it. I want it to be more gradient. So I'm gonna go over my arch line, fluff that up to blend that line that I just created. It's all about blending, baby. So blend that. And I'm not gonna touch too much on here, just a little bit on the end. I lightly brush over just to bring some of the black over here too. And boom, brow done. Okay, so we have this eyebrow completely done, blended out, bomb AF, thick, yes, yes, all that. Now I'm gonna do a brow using this. This is a brow tint pen, so it does leave you with a pretty light. Like if you want something more natural, I would advise using this, or you could use like a pencil. If you're using a pencil, you can use the same technique I'm about to do.
I'm just gonna highlight it with my contour brush, with my contour concealer stick actually.
So I have my brush here. Look at this difference though, like, woo. Taken, single, taken, single. Alright, so I'm gonna start the same exact way, like starting from the arch. This is like a brow tint, so you could, if you're natural and you just want to like make it look a little thicker, you could just use this. You won't have to put anything over it. And if you're using the eyeliner, it's gonna be the same process. You see it's already filling in, but I go straight upwards with a pencil or a pen, whatever, especially at this point, because you can really like draw in the strands and then line up the arches.
So yeah, if you have like a pencil eyeliner or something like that, it will probably make it a little deeper. To give it this type of look, it'll look a little deeper, but I like this one when I'm not wearing any makeup and I just need my eyebrows, you know, to have some life and look fuller and stuff. I use this.
It's a little more subtle. I like mine just a little more dramatic, so we're gonna go back in with the powder. I'm gonna use my same angled brush. This brush, I didn't get it from a makeup store. I got this from Michael's, really durable. This one I've had for like over 2 years, and it still has all the threads and everything. It's still really strong, and I like that it's longer, so it's easier for me to control it. And I got it for a few bucks, like a few bucks at Michael's. I'm just gonna clean this one before I do the powder. Like I said, I use like a small amount of soap and just rub it into the soap so it gets all the color out. Like all that brown. And just make my bristles. I think that's another reason why my brush has lasted so long, because I clean it all the time. This is like my only brush that I clean this much. Like almost, yeah, just like before every use. And then I just make sure I keep it in the shape that it's supposed to be when I'm drying it and everything. I don't do too much squeezing, but that is another option you can do to make sure everything stays in place. So it's a little moist, and I'm just gonna use this contour palette that I have with the brown eyeshadow. This one comes with a few browns. This one is more of a warmer brown. This one seems neutral. For my skin, I don't like using that one. I'm gonna use something that's a little warmer and deeper, because I do have warm tones in my skin. And I just do it the same way that I do it with the cream. Just wipe the tip in and let it get its shape again. And then we're gonna start again It's like kind of dark right here. Okay, I added a little light right here, but I don't even know if it's helping. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so I have my eyeshadow on the brush, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did before. I just start from the arch. Actually, let me look right here. I just handle it the same way that I did with the cream. Since I already have that outline, I'm just gonna go in with it. So like this is cool if you want to do both. Like if you want to outline it first with the pen, you can do that and then go back in with your eyeshadow, or just do one. Like it's really up to you on how you want your eyebrows to look. I like mine very defined and full, so I'll do that. Anyways, like another thing to keep in mind is right here between your eyes, it's not straight. Like do not do this line straight down. It's kind of angled, like the angle of your face, like it kind of has, let me see if I do it, yeah, like a diagonal angle. So follow that curve of your face, because it's like this on your nose, like it kind of curves like that. So you know, there we go, it starts like that and then it curves. So you want to make these go out like that. You don't want to make it too like a straight line. For some people it does not look cute. Let me see how it looks on me. No, I'm just not used to that. So like if it looks cute on you to do that straight line, do the straight line. For me, I don't like that. Like this, like, you know, boom, baby girl, like boom, like that. That's a good way to measure it. Put your brush on the opposite side of your nose, lay it diagonal. It should make that straight line where your brow is angling at. And mine does, because yes, honey. I'm just gonna fill it in a little more to catch up to my other brow. This one is not playing games. Blend that shit. Blend that shit. I have like this really big makeup thing. Like this is from my beauty school. Yeah. So I'm using the black out of there. That's why I wasn't trying to carry it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going over my arch again to fill it in. And don't beat yourself up over them looking exactly alike. Great word of advice: your brows are cousins. Your brows are cousins, not sisters. Wait, your brows are sisters, not twins. Ooh, your brows are sisters, not twins. So remember that. Don't beat yourself up about it. I'm just blending it out. I don't want no lines in this. Like, I need you to think my brows are so real. I feel like I took it out a little bit, so I just smear it out with my finger, straight like that. Okay. The last and final thing that I do for my brows to make them look a little fuller and really to accentuate my actual hairs in there. You know, there's levels to this brow thing, baby girl. You could have stopped a long time ago if it's too much, but if you're trying to take it all the way, this is the last step that I do. I get mascara, black mascara, or if you have brown, you can use brown too, and I just like brush it over my brow just so that my actual strands will stand out. You don't want to get too close to your skin because then you're going to leave marks and stuff. But I just brush it over, brush the hairs upwards, and do it on the other side.
And
now we are done for real, for real. Let me bring it up a little closer. Boom, baby girl, yeah. I hope this was helpful to you, girl. You know who you are. This was for you, baby boo-boos. So thank you for tuning into my crazy self. This video was intended for the purposes of beginners. That's what we're here for. That's what YouTube is here for. It's the real way to get shit done, because we all ain't pros out here, baby girl. We not. Thank you so much for tuning in. Watch my video on this wig. This is a wig, girl. This is a wig, girl. Thank you so much. If you have any suggestions or anything to talk about or whatever, you know, down below, comment. I'm here, we out here. So stay tuned.